What is good, everybody? Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about expired film. Is expired film a scam? Sometimes it feels like it, but honestly, it all depends. You never really know. So I actually did a poll on Instagram and it looks like 19% of you believe expired film is a scam versus the remainder of you are okay with expired film. And honestly, I'm not surprised by that. I think everybody really likes the idea of expired film and kind of wishes for the best. Expired film is an exercise in wishful thinking. So what is the point of expired film? Well, there's so many film stocks that don't exist anymore, and nowadays we're very limited to kind of a last selection of what's left from the film age. So expired film gives us the opportunity to actually use all kinds of rolls of film that aren't made anymore and that are available like in pretty plentiful amounts. There's a lot of expired film out there, especially on eBay and at specialty shops. I see expired film as kind of like a kid in a candy store. You know, like I said, we don't have that many options nowadays by comparison to the heyday, but with expired film, there are just countless number of options of film that you can use, whether that's black and white or color or slide, you name it. There's all kinds of stuff left over from back in the day, and we love messing around with it, you know. Even just looking at the packaging sometimes is cathartic enough for people to put money into it, so I get it. But what's the main problem with expired film? Well, honestly, I think the main issue is that you can't control any aspect of it. Even when you think you're controlling it, you can't. Because, for example, the older film is, the less likely it is that it has been stored properly over all that time. If the most recent owner of the film that you bought it from stored the film properly, that doesn't undo whatever was done before that owner. And if you're buying a roll of film that's 10 years old, do you really think that roll of film has a high likelihood of having been stored properly for 10 years? Honestly, I don't think so. So it's just kind of the reality of expired film. You wish for the best. And then in terms of exposure, people often say, you know, one stop of overexposure per decade that the film is expired. I guess that's a good rule of thumb and, you know, it makes people feel comfortable in jumping into expired film. But again, that gets undone by any improper storage. If that film is very old, like 20, 30 years, or if it was stored improperly for 5 years, that combination is just not good and you're likely to have a bad experience. But ultimately, I still think even if the film is less than perfect, it has a lot of value. And I think people that shoot expired film do it fully knowing that the results are gonna be less than perfect. You don't shoot expired film to get perfect results, you know, that look exactly like what they were supposed to look like, you know, 20 years ago or 10 years ago. You buy expired film and use it because it adds another element into the analog process. You know, time and physics, you know, have their effect on the film and something cool about that. So I totally get it and I'm all for expired film, but every time I use expired film, it's basically a gamble. If you're a pro and you want to use expired film, well, maybe, you know, you shoot one roll of expired film for every 3 or 4 rolls of fresh film that you use. And you kind of work that in as like a little creative side thing. But I would never rely on expired film to be like my go-to. So I actually went out and shot some expired film recently and, you know, it's kind of very mixed results. I will say I let myself get excited about what was going to happen and in some cases I was let down. So let's check out some of the images. Having my photo taken by the great Zane. Greatest photographer in the, what's your postal code?
W8.
In the W8. You already know.
NW8.
No, W8.
W8.
It's the best photographer in the W8.
Okay. Oh shit.
How'd it feel?
But like it was really, that was
it feels almost like a rangefinder, just like that.
yeah, it's like I mean it's nice though. It's like really big screen, but it's a bit dim.
Yeah, no, you can apparently replace that. And mine's probably dirty too.
Yeah.
I haven't done any CLA on this bad boy.
That was cool.
What do I look like? Well, talk to me. What do you got there?
The Canon A1, 35mm f2.
35 or 85?
35.
35. Nice.
This is the radioactive one.
Ooh. Oh,
Thoriated lens coating.
Right from Chanel Bell.
This is Chanel Bell.
So those images were from a walk that I did, a couple days ago, but I also have some images here that I can show you that are just kind of a roll that I have been lingering with for a while, and I've been shooting random shots here and there on this camera. And on this one, the results are definitely pretty bad. And I think one thing I've noticed is that the higher the ISO of the film, the kind of less stable that it is, and the more likely that it's gonna show a lot of decay. I've had this experience with other higher ISO films in the past, and in this case, this is that PJ800 film that was made once upon a time with Kodak. I was very excited for this film because, again, conceptually, I like the idea of 800 film that's not kind of Portra or the stuff that we're used to, and therefore I was pumped for this film, but the results just weren't there. A couple photos look kind of cool, and these are abstract kind of street things that don't really need good detail, so it's just not really what I was looking for there. But I'm glad I did it anyways. Let's actually check out some prints here. These are from the walk that I showed you the video footage from. And these are both shot on this camera that you see right here, the Rolleiflex 2.8. And I really like both of these prints. These are both on expired film. And on this particular roll of film, I don't know if you noticed in the scans, but basically the edges of the film had like decay in terms of the exposure and the image. You can actually see that in the black borders here. On the edges, it's very, very kind of light. You're starting to see some noise. And the emulsion, kind of lacks detail and it's breaking down a bit compared to the center of the roll, which has actually a really nice exposure. And I was really happy with how it turned out. The sky here looks great. There's so much detail in these buildings in the back. And look at that blue. That blue just pops. It's also evident here in the image I took of Zane, actually. His jacket, the blue jacket, just pops amazingly and the color looks fantastic. But the edges of the film are very, very bright and are starting to break down. You can look at the film border here again, and you'll notice a difference in the exposure on the film border on the edges versus in the middle. So if this was a roll of 120 going downwards like this is the top and this is the bottom on the borders. And the entire roll going up and down had the edges that were kind of fading and starting to break down. But this roll was salvageable, and I consider this a particular success when it comes to expired film. The roll of 35 that I showed you some photos of a couple minutes ago, that one, not a success. Not very happy with how it turned out. So overall, I fully condone expired film. Tell me in the comments below, do you like expired film? Do you think it's worth buying and shooting? This is what I love about it. A box I have right here just full of random stuff, and there's different color packaging. It looks cool. This is like tungsten slide film from who knows how long. This is film from Boots from the pharmacy here in the UK. We've got all this cool old Portra, Portra PMC. Technical pan. This is ISO 25 film, black and white. It's very sharp, very beautiful clinical look. Here's more of that 800 film that I shot that I showed you that was bad. Not excited for this one. I'll probably shoot it again at some point, but I'm assuming the results aren't going to be good. So anyways, it's nice to have all these different rolls of film, and it just makes us happy as film shooters. We're suckers for nostalgia, and we're also kind of limited nowadays, so anything we can get our hands on that's different and additional to kind of the base that already is out there is cool. All right, y'all, that's the video for today. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave me a like, and of course, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next video, y'all. I'm out.